Hey everybody, Theriot back at you. How's everybody doing? I thought I'd do something a little different today. I've been getting a lot of comments and questions. Hey Shane, what's with all the hammer guitars? And I used to have a hammer. Those are great guitars. What kind of guitar is that? Hammers. I'll tell you a little bit about it. I'm not a gear guy. I'm not a collector. I just kind of ended up with it. It's a little interesting story. Back in my early years, I just gotten out of GIT and I took a job teaching at GIT. I was 19, 20 years old, and I got transferred to Atlanta, Georgia. They had a small school there, small GIT. I had no gear, nothing. I had one guitar, one shitty crate amp that had a drumstick holding up the chassis in the back. And one day I get a call from my boss, Steve Friedman, great guitar player. He was running the school there, and he goes, Shane, would you be interested in maybe doing this? And it was they were looking for clinicians, Command Corporation, and or was it Cayman? I forget. Command. I'd been up to the factory a few times, and I still don't remember how to pronounce it. Sorry. And at the time, they owned Hamer and Ovation, so they were looking for some young hotshot guitar players. Myself and about 9 other guys from around the world actually got flown up to Connecticut. I remember Julian Coriel. We're friends to this day. He had just got out of Berkeley. He was one of them. Matt Smith, another great player. Neil Zaza was already doing this stuff. He was there, and he was kind of showing us the ropes. And we were up there for a week, and we were really young, man. We were just like partying, trying to get beer and go out at night and do things. But we were basically sequestered up in Connecticut. We went to the factories and all this stuff. And the big deal was, are we going to get a free guitar? I think we'll get a free guitar. So anyway, we ended up going back to our homes and our towns, and we all ended up being clinicians for Hamer and Ovation. And that's how it all started. So I was given a Hamer. I don't even think they gave it to me. I think I bought it doing clinics. And there were clinics, like basically I would go to a music store with the local sales rep and play a bunch of fancy stuff and make it sound good. And then he would talk about the guitar. And then it later became into more artist clinics. But that's how I got a lot of these guitars. And over the years, I've acquired them. And, I didn't know anything about guitars back then. And they were just great workhorse guitars. And I had them available. And they sounded good. So I just always stuck with them. So I have 6 of them still. I have 3 of the artist models, which I'll show you, and I have a 12-string custom, and I have their Daytona and T51, which was their basically custom shop before there was a custom shop. That was Hamer's thing. They out-Fendered Fender back then. They only made it for a few years because they couldn't afford to build them. They were just, the woods were so good. They were just kind of outdoing everything. The first one I got that a lot of you guys know and ask me about a lot is a Daytona Strat. It's called a Hamer Daytona. It's a green guitar, my green guitar. That thing has been with me since about 93. It's been on hundreds and hundreds of recording sessions, thousands of gigs. It's been everywhere. It's been lost and found like 2 times. And I had 2 of them. I had both identical. The other one I sold, it was a backup. I sold it maybe a year or 2 ago to a friend who wanted it for years. So I still have my main one. So Daytona's been modified a little bit over the years. It's had like 2 or 3 bridges on it. It's had several different bridge pickups. The last one, Seymour Duncan wound for me. The bridge, as far as I remember, the neck and the mid position are original. And it's been like that for years. I just kind of never mess with it. It's heavy. It just feels good, and it's just sort of nostalgic. I've played it so much. It's just an old friend. Around that time, I got this guitar. This is a Hamer T51. Now, remember I said Hamer was kind of the original custom shop. What they did was they out-Fendered Fender back then. This wood they used on the Daytonas and the T51 was spectacular. I didn't know it back then. I just thought it was a good guitar, and I needed a telly. And this is the only telly instrument I own, like a setup as a telly, 3-way switch and all this. It's completely stock. I've never changed anything on it. And this guitar is 30 years old. It's got to be. Original bridge. I've used it a lot. Great guitar if you can find one, a T51. Somewhere down the line, I got this guitar. And it's a Hamer Artist, but this is, I think, one of Hamer's Achilles' heels is that they had too many names. It's like this was called an Artist, then they changed it to a Vanguard, then a different name, but basically it used to be silver. Now it's sort of like this greenish guitar, but I love this guitar. The Artist carved top. This one is all mahogany. These are amazing guitars for the money. I did change the pickups. These are antiquities that Seymour Duncan custom wound for me. They're a little more low output. And this guitar sounds fantastic. I use it a lot, mostly for recording. P90s sound great. I did use this guitar on the Cheap Trick episode of Live from Daryl's House. Maybe a few other things I don't remember, but mostly I keep it for the studio. It's criminal how undervalued the guitars are, because, you know, I have an SG that I use a lot if you've seen me play the white SG, and my Hamers, I'm sorry, it just smokes it, really. This thing never goes out of tune. It just always sounds great. Hamer Vanguard. Somewhere around the time of the Vanguard, I got this guitar, and this was sent to me sort of as a thank you from Hamer. And this was much later. I don't remember exactly, but maybe around 2000. I got this guitar. This is a very special guitar. It's all Korina. It's 3 P90s. Everything's Korina. The neck, everything's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's wired to where it's like a Strat. You have it's like this chicken head knob. You have a 5-way switch on here. This is the bridge. This would be your out of phase. Be your middle. And neck. Get any kind of sound with this thing. It's really you switch to the bridge. This guitar has hardly ever been out of my studio. It's been in a case most of the time, which is a shame. The only time I ever used it was on a David Letterman appearance with Aaron Neville one time. I've never used it. The only reason is something about it. It's perfectly mint condition, and I just felt weird about taking it out because I'd always play the other Vanguard, the mahogany one. But this is a very special guitar because it has a marking on the back. It was this, and it's for Hamer Fan Club. This one I was actually thinking about letting go. I need to thin the herd a little bit, and I'd rather see somebody play it. I just don't play it as much as I should. It doesn't have a scratch on it. It is perfectly mint condition. Beautiful wood. I also got this from Hamer back when I was doing more session work. This is a pretty rare guitar. They only made a few of these. This is a custom 12-string. And the color sort of morphed over the years. Now it's sort of almost an aqua. Used to be more just placid blue. This is a guitar I'm actually holding on the back cover of my first solo record, Highway 90. It's a great guitar. I don't use it as much. You know, occasionally I'll get a call where I need a 12-string overdub, but it stays in tune great, and it's much easier to play than a Rickenbacker. Yeah, over the years, I just stuck with them. I'm not endorsed by Hamer. I was maybe at one point. I don't even know if they're really around anymore. I think they're maybe just import. Joel Danzig is still sort of a friend of mine. We keep in touch occasionally. And he was the co-founder and, you know, the brains behind a lot of it. He's building his own phenomenal guitars. Check out Joel's guitars. He's not affiliated anymore with Hamer. Hasn't been for a long time. So I still have these. They're kind of dinosaurs now, but they've just been workhorses for me. You know, I don't play just Hamer guitars, but I have another Hamer that I didn't mention. That's a Hamer Artist. That is a maple top. That is actually in New York as well. I'm going to see that next week. I'm going on tour with Glenn Tilbrook and from Squeeze and Daryl Hall, and I'm going to be using that with both those guys. That guitar sounds great. I used that with Chris Squire and Alan White on a tour I did with the Sin. It's on a DVD of that. That guitar's been around forever, and used that a lot on my first solo record as well. The tune 1321 North Las Palmas is that guitar. And the solo section on that. A lot of those songs are actually. So they've just been workhorses for me over the years. I'm not affiliated. I'm not getting anything for this video. It's just, I thought you might be interested. I hope you were. If you guys like this, please give me a like, subscribe. I'll see you next time from the road. Take care. Theriot out.